Hello, Internet! This is the first episode of Painting with Rob, where we look at how to paint Warhammer models. In today's episode, we will be looking at how to do long grass. Some examples are this guy here, or as a full terrain piece, this guy here. And on smaller models, you can have it either take up the entire base, like our buddy Steve here, or just a small accent. The tall grass I use looks about like Yay in its package. You can get it at most hobby stores, and it basically looks like a bunch of hair, which can be disturbing to some with weak stomachs, but I don't really think it's a problem. It also, if you'll notice, comes in very long strands. I think bits of grass that are twice as tall as your models would be awkward, but that's just me. Once you have your tall grass that you would like to use, you will then also need glue to attach it. I use just the Citadel glue because it was there. Little dollop out here. Some sort of cutting apparatus. I use these guys because, again, it's the stuff I have in my box. And then for manipulation of the grass, once you have it there, some small implement. I find a toothpick extremely useful. To begin, take your cluster of grass at whatever thickness you would like. For this first guy, we're going to go ahead and give him a nice thick bit of grass. Take the end, pull out as much as you'd like to get it kind of looking like you want it. Go ahead and give him that. Should be good. Clip the end of it so that you have a nice straight edge to attach to your base. Then, without getting glue all over your hands, take your little thing of grass, dip it in your glue so you get a nice glob on the end. Figure out where the heck you want to put your grass. Let's put it here. And just kind of stab the base a bit. Get the glue on there and stand it up so it actually looks like grass and not something that fell over on your base. It's at this point that you'll probably need your little implement to adjust it however you need it or want it, like so. Sometimes the glue gives you fits. If that happens, just kind of coax it for a bit, and eventually it will listen to you. Now, you may have some little hairs that will try to fall over on the edges. This little guy here. You'll want to pull on those. Don't. It will drive you insane, because the problem is it's attached to all the rest of the tiny hairs, and you will pull the grass off your base. So, wait until it dries, and then trim it. Let's say you want kind of a little bit of a skinnier bit of grass. So take your big old chunk here, pull about half of it off, so you have a nice skinny bit of grass. Get it where you want it. That looks like a nice little bit of grass now. Looks like weeds you could find on some foreign planet you're fighting to save the Emperor from, or you know what I'm saying. Save people from themselves by bringing them the Emperor. There we go. Words, they're good. And again, just get the glue on the base, stand up your grass the way you want it, and again, it'll be a little bit longer when you're still just attaching it. Once you get it done, you'll be able to trim it to this height that you want. It's better to have more grass than less, because you can cut things 3 times, but they'll still never get any longer. So, we have this bloke here, who already has some grass on him, but I'd want him to have a little bit more grass, as though he's walking through a thicker field. Adjust his grass. So, take your wad of grass, make sure that the end looks about like you want it. A couple more strands, a little taller here. Bunch it up, trim it off the end. So you have a nice flat surface to attach to your base. Give it a quick dip. And then make your pile of grass bigger. If you don't have enough glue to get it to stay, just reapply. Then adjust accordingly. Finally, you can do some interesting effects with your grass by making your models look as though they're interacting with them. This bloke, for instance, has his foot up a little bit, as though he's continuing to walk in a very nonchalant gait, which is odd because he's in the middle of a war zone. But that aside, what we'll do is put a little bit of grass under his foot, as though he has stepped on it, is now stepping away from that explosion of grass. So get your little bit of grass, give it some glue, get the stragglers off, and then just take and shove it under his foot. Now is when you get to have a little bit of fun adjusting it to make it look as though it was a piece of standing grass that has been stepped on. Also keep in mind, if this were in fact actual tall grass, how he would have walked through it, leaving a bit of a gap, like so. Where's my implement? Now, not only does he kill the Xeno scum, he also decimates small houseplants. Now, once your model has dried, you can take and trim the excess pieces in order to make it look like proper grass. Notice this guy here has a couple stragglers kind of flying through the air over his head. I feel it's inappropriate, so I'm going to trim them. Maybe a couple down here. Yep. And now I feel his base looks proper. I'll declare him done. And that was another exciting episode of Painting with Rob. Until next episode, good luck painting.